a hard lesson not to pack too much stuff for my kids when we went traveling for a year. My youngest never pulled his own carry-on, and my oldest struggled to lug that carry-on up the many flights of stairs we found ourselves climbing in the UK and Europe. And now you're planning a trip with your kids, and you want to make sure that you don't take too much stuff with you to be able to ensure that your travel is not too stressful. I'm here to save you the trouble of too much stuff. I want to help you carry only what your kids need and what they can carry in a backpack. Everything in this video is what we pack for our kids when we go traveling. I've already made a video for what adults need for packing, and you can check that out in the link right here. I'm going to be breaking this up into 4 categories: what they need, what brings them comfort, activities to keep them busy and connected, and snacks. What they need. Of course, they need clothes. We pack about 4 pairs of shorts and pants, about 5 or 6 tops. Of course, we have these able to be mixed and matched. We always carry with us about 10 pairs of underwear and socks so that we can at least go about a week and a half before we have to do laundry. And I like to pack them in packing cubes to make it nice and easy to find. A warm but not bulky sweater and a rain jacket. And of course you can pack an extra pair of sandals or water shoes. My kids hate sandals, so we just don't pack them. On the plane, we like to make our kids wear all the bulkier items. I mean, we do the same as well. So they will often wear a pair of pants, a long sleeve shirt, their sweater, and rain jacket if we feel the need for that. It just saves some room inside the backpack. To make it nice and neat and easy to be able to get it all packed into the backpack, we will always start with the things that they're less likely to need, at least on the airplane or right away, at the bottom, and we like doing the roll method. I do like packing cubes, and we will sometimes use them as well, and especially we do that with their underwear. But for now, I'm going to roll all of their bottoms and tops and put them in here so you can see that it is able to be packed into one backpack. Next up, things we need. Also, swimwear. I have a swim shirt and swim shorts. We also like to bring goggles. My kids love having goggles, and we don't usually bring towels because Airbnbs and hotels have them, but it's something to consider. And the sunscreen, of course, we bring, but we always put that into our bag. So of course you want to bring a booster seat with you or car seats if you need them. We tend to strap this to the adult carry-ons. It usually fits pretty well, and they're okay with us just putting it at the front with the airplane, and they'll bring it to us at the end of the flight. Any kind of medications that your kids might need, and we will pack those things in our own bags as well. And also some sanitizing wipes that you can use to kind of clean their hands before they want to eat anything, because yeah, things can be gross in airports and on airplanes. Again, gonna be put into our bag. And toiletries, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, hairbrushes, and hair care products. Those are all things we tend to also put in our bag, but sometimes we put a toiletry bag together for their bags in particular. It all kind of depends on how it fits. And some miscellaneous needs like your water bottles and your hats and your sunglasses. And for us, because we traveled for a significant amount of time, you might want to bring some things for school supplies, which actually double as art supplies and stuff that I'll talk about later. But we tend to bring things like these simple books that you can do some writing in. Easy enough. A lot of things can be done online as well, but having these kind of books is also really helpful. Now on to comfort needs. Things that help your kids sleep better at night and not miss home quite so much. Our son, who's quite a bit younger, he still has sometimes a blanket that helps him feel a little bit better when he goes to sleep. You might want to bring things like a stuffy. Now you can bring something small like this. Of course, our son loves this gigantic one, but it's okay because it kind of doubles as a pillow anyways, which is really useful on airplanes or whatever we need. Also, a lot of times I find that he can just carry this onto the airplane and they don't seem to mind. And other comforts to consider are things like sleep aids that might be sound machines. My son really likes his dream catcher. It helps him feel like he's gonna have good dreams at night. You might also want to make sure that you have some pictures of family and other ways to stay connected. Speaking of great ways to connect to family and friends, we of course have the wonderful tablet. Moving on to activities. My kids are close to their cousins, so playing games online is actually a really great way for them to talk and play games together. We'll also download TV shows and movies audiobooks, podcasts, and even music, or just downloading books for them to read. There's so many activities you can have on this, and it doesn't have to be just watching a show the whole time. You can have educational apps that they can play with, as well as entertaining games, even educational podcasts and things. I'm actually going to put a link in the description below for a packing list, and in that list I will include some great podcasts that your kids can listen to that are educational and fun. My kids' tablets both actually come with pencils for them to draw with on their tablet as well, so they have so many activities on here, it's pretty wonderful. And of course we bring headphones or earbuds for them to use while on the airplane. We of course have non-electronic activities as well. I mean, especially if we're going to be going for a longer period of time, it's really nice to have some of these things with you. So we will have things like these little books that they can write or draw in. They actually really love the smaller sized books, which is really great because we're traveling and we can't do anything too big. But they find them kind of fun and cute to use. Nice big pencil case full of markers and pencil crayons and pencils for them to use. We really love bringing Lego and have had actually little bags of Lego action figures and things like that too that we've brought with us. Both of my kids really love action figure kind of things, and they're just so tiny and they work really well for all those things, plus a few extra building blocks kind of stuff. I really enjoy bringing small things of Play-Doh. And we like to bring small games and card games. This is like a tiny little Uno Go. And of course, cards like this. Something also that we bring is our special interest activities. So my oldest is obsessed with Warhammer. It has become an obsession since we were kind of traveling in Europe and UK. And so he has a couple of bins that he's organized himself for this activity. Thankfully, the paint that you use for this little activity are really tiny and can be actually brought on the airplane with us. Miniatures painting is such a wonderful activity for him to take part in, and he gets to take him with him to Warhammer stores and places to be able to play with other people that are local to the area if we're at least in the UK and places that is popular. My husband also brings some with him so they can play together. You can bring all kinds of other activities. You could bring those wild water books, activity books, physical book to read, or any kind of crafty book. It doesn't really matter. There's a million little toys and things that you can bring with you. Keep in mind that you want to slim down on what you're bringing because it's so much easier if they can carry everything themselves on their back. I'm gonna pack the rest of this stuff away, and then we're gonna move on to snacks. If your kids are like mine, they love to snack. If you want to avoid the incredibly high airport and airplane fees, then you're gonna wanna pack some things for yourself. What I have here are snacks for flights that are anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours. Generally, I find most airlines, if you're going more than that, will offer some sort of food, but you still wanna have snacks anyways because you're waiting at the airport, you're on the airplane, and let's just be honest, giving your kids snacks helps them be a little quieter sometimes. I have a lineup here of some sweet and salty snacks, and what I like to do is put them in some just simple Ziploc bags. I prefer this over containers because they can get compact as you eat them. I like to fill my bags with a variety of snacks. It just gives them something a bit more versatile while they're picking what snack they want to eat. So I have some sweet potato crackers, granola. I love trail mix, so I'll get a good hefty handful of trail mix in there. Some nut mix as well. In particular, trail mix does tend to have nuts in them, but I like to make sure there's a good amount of them because that's the protein, the things that'll help them stay full a bit longer. I actually found like these little seed pucks and stuff like that. I actually thought they looked pretty cool. So I'm gonna add a couple of those in there as well. Of course, I'll do this one for each of us. That's our salty snack. And in our sweet snack, of course, I will add a couple of fun treats like these mini cookies, a little bit of popcorn. Now I have caramel popcorn here. You can also do a salty popcorn and put it into your salty bag if you prefer. Then I like to add a few more healthier sweet options like these coconut bites and some dried fruit. And there is our sweet bag. I actually have a bag set aside that's an adult bag for snacks and things to bring with us on the airplane. That's where these ones will go. And if you really want something that's a little more meal-like, you can just simply bring like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, an apple, and a granola bar, anything that you might pack into their school lunches. It can be really simple, really compact, and anything that's going to help them if you want something that's a bit more full as a meal or a little bit more snacky, like these. You want to do it according to your own kids' interests and the things that they love to eat. You get to choose how sweet or salty or healthy it is that you pack for your kids. But I really like these bags because they come with such a variety and it's less likely that they're going to get bored of the snacks that I give them. One extra packing tip for you is special considerations. If you're going on a Disney trip or anything with a theme like that, then you might want to pack themed clothing, themed accessories. Say you want to bring Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse ears with you, it might be cheaper to buy it ahead of time before you get to Disneyland. And all you gotta do is change out a couple of tops, or maybe have a themed hat like my son has, or things like that. So that way you can swap out what you already have here for the themes and the things that you want on your trip. And that is how you pack only backpacks for your kids for 1 or 2 weeks, or even full time like we did. Check out the link in the description below for a full packing list, including your podcast list. Is there anything that I'm missing that you just couldn't leave home without? Leave it in the comments below. If you want the adult packing list, then make sure to check out this video, and I'll see you every further mile.